patience, patience, patience. You don't want to go out there chasing things. You'll end up getting hurt quick. Got a couple minutes here before the bell. See what else is hitting the scanners. NBS, Neostem. Not sure if it's a stem cell play or what. Caught my eye because of the price. 69.5 cents by 79.5. It's up 6.75% on over 15 trades, and that's almost 20,000 shares in volume pre-market. CPRX, down, gapping down 10% this morning. Last trade on CPRX is $1.43. That's down 9.5%. Lee Enterprises, LEE, up 12%, last at $1.49, 25,000 shares in volume. And we're getting ready to go here. Got a minute before bell time. And we don't have access to our bell today. We don't have all our bells and whistles, so we'll just roll with it. GYST looks like it wants to gap up pre-market. It's trading at 0202 by 0205. VFIN is on the offer. And we're off.
Yep, here we go.
Apple out of the gate gapped up a little bit, 632.20 by 632.45. BBDA moving up a little bit here pre-market, and into the market it's up to 014. GYST is up to 021 by 0219. HIMR, a little spotlight from yesterday, gapped up this morning, hit a high of 0013. Looks like it's pulling back. Looks like there's some resistance at 0013. Currently it's 0011 by 0012. You got Van Dam on the offer with $3 million.
Apple, beast mode. Looking at that 635, we were following that yesterday. You can see that here. Had a low of 270. It's 3 by 315 right now. Keep your eyes on that. And if you were a bear, I'd be looking at that 630 put. Try to stay close to the money. That's where you're going to get your action. And let's look at this little chart. This is a 1 minute, 1 day right here. You can see got a few different setups on here, but one thing I like to look for is you can see when she crosses through there, that is your 20 through the 10 through the 20. That's always a good sign. You can see up here that's the beginning of the downtrend. You want to see those things run parallel to stay in a trend, just like on the way down here. Every time it try to cross through, nope, goes lower, nope, goes lower. Get the pop, and then you can see when it drops. So I like to see those things come up, not only get the price per share up through all these moving averages like you're seeing right now, but get those actual moving averages going. And now you can see that 635 call going 330 by 340, even though it's printing 370, it's moving so fast, level 2 can't even keep up with it. So Apple hitting about 634, 633.93 right now. See if she can break. On the 1 minute chart, like I said, you're hitting that 200 MA, so look for that to be a resistance. It's where a lot of traders will be locking in their profits, or I mean, you definitely want to have your stop in place from here on out. Don't want to let that winner turn into a loser, you know, if you got into that 273 level. So yeah, you know, like we said on this chart here, you can see came up, hit that 200 MA. If she can break above that, you've got going to have some resistance right through here. You can see hit that top numerous times coming through here, so a break above that 200 MA, break above that 635, you could see a real sustained run. But besides that, your moving averages are still facing down, and we are below them. Now this is only a 1 minute, but anymore nowadays Apple moves so quick, and especially if you're playing the options, you got to almost play this thing off the 1 minute like you're scalping Forex or something, man. It's a beast. So and you can see here it is on the chart, hit that 200 MA, and she's coming down quick. So you know, let's zoom in on this. Let's get a better view on that. Whoa, don't know what I just did there, but here's a 1 minute today. A little bit funky. Yeah, I don't like that chart. One thing about E-Trade, they've made their charts a little better lately. Spread it out. Meh. Yeah, it is what it is. But you can see, like we said, why you got to be quick is look at that. It was at 370 mere seconds ago, and now we're back down to $3. So it shed itself real quick. What you got going over there, Sumo?
IFLM gapped up this morning and has been running pretty strong. It's up 80%. Got Nanny, Neologic hit my scanner. It's up 21%. HIMR holding strong. Huge bidder on the bid at 0012. CSTI sitting there for 18 million on the bid at 0012. Looks like it wants to bust the high of day here at 0013. 24 million in volume so far.
That was some heavy resistance when it hit that 200 MA, man. Apple just got hammered off of that. So now you got that 635. Let's see here. It's trading at 272 by 273. Hit a high of 375. And you know, like we said, on that 1 minute, I can see it a little bit better here now. You can see there on that 1 minute, came up this morning, it hit that 200 MA and came screaming down. So see what happens here. The indicators aren't all, they're starting to line up, and again, like I said, this is only 1 minute 1 day, but even with the 1 minute 1 day, you want to see your indicators get set up and be ready. I personally keep a 1 minute 1 day, I keep a 5 minute 3 day, I keep a 60 minute 20 day, and I keep a daily 100 day. They're all up. The level 2's running of the option I'm trading, a call, a put, both of them close to the money. You got your level 2 of the actual Apple, and you can see still coming down here. But keep your eyes on this. I know you Apple option traders are on this thing like, you know what, you're on it like. But yep, Apple's a beast. I can't think of anything that moves like this thing on a daily basis. And 634 to 630, yeah, that's the crazy thing. Yeah, for Apple, that's not a big move. You know, I mean, it's a $600 stock. It's nothing. But then you look over here at your 635 call, and these are weeklies. This thing is just moving like crazy. I mean, we watched it go from 270 to 375. Now we're back to 270. I mean, how can you beat that action? And you can look at the chart on this thing. I mean, it says it all. This is just from yesterday. You can see this thing opened up, you know, yesterday it opened up around 360, 320, ran as high as almost 750, sold down all day long, and here we are right now, and we're looking at, you know, that 270, 278 just hit a low of 251. So just like the Apple chart, it's almost identical if you overlay them. I mean, look at the Apple. I'll flip over to an Apple here. A little bit different, but basically the same thing. So it looks like Apple's trying to make a, you know, a higher low off of yesterday's low there. We'll see if it holds. There's yesterday's low, closing, and we're coming up. So it was 250. Now it's ran back up to 280 by 285, and you can see that some of the indicators are lining up here. You know, that's what we want to see. We want to see that slow stoke come off the bottom. You want to see some nice divergence and find support like it did on the PPO there. You want to see that RSI curl up, head north. You got some positive divergence going on right here. But just like anything, especially as fast as these things move, you gotta be ready to sell and take your profits. I mean, let's say you got in at that 250 and you're a trigger puller. You throw down 10 contracts, you put in $2,500. You got to be quick. At 290 right now, $400 profit in less than a minute. Yeah, I'd be locking that in. That's just me. Sumo, enough of me rambling. What you got going on over there, my man?
I've just been keeping an eye on GYST. It's holding up over 2 cents. The high today is 0222. Currently we're at 0215. Last trade 022. Looks like it's getting ready to go through the high of day here.
Nice. 2-4.
HIMR just busted through its high of day.
Yep.
0014s are up now.
Yeah, man, that looks good. That was a great spotlight yesterday.
Haas never fails. What else do we got hitting the old scanner? LDSI, little old life design, little sub penny, up 33% on 2.4 million nearly traded. 0037 by 004.
HBRM, little stuck right here at 3233, but at least you got a tight bid to ask. Up 18%,
Well,
18.5%.
Those were some key moving average that I discussed.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can get above those 0032, 0033, we might be able to see some nice momentum. This thing could end up moving nicely here. Big bids showing up on GYST at 023. Looks like it really wants to break out after 2.5 cents.
And I give a shout out for AAPT, something we've been watching. 2-1 by 217, 151,000 shares. Check that chart. You want to give us a chart reading on that there, Sumo? I love the setup, man. Got to respect that 200 MA until she breaks.
Actually, I'm just getting ready to put the video chart out that I had
Oh,
done
nice.
this morning, so I'll post that up on the board.
Cool. Check
I
this one
do
out. I've
like
been following it for a few days. Active Health Foods. I asked Haas to check it out for me. He's been busy though. It doesn't got the greatest looking bid to ask. 3.9 to 4.4 out. They just brought it up to 4. It's traded 3,696,000. AHFD. Active Health Foods. I don't know nothing about it. It just came across my scanner and it was pretty dead, and some action's been coming into it lately. So you might want to check that one out. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I haven't done any due diligence. It's not what I do. Could care less what these guys do. Actually, I just want to see you run. ICPA. Man, it's right there. 1 cent. Wow. Let's take a look at this chart. Let's go to a daily. Man, what a beast. It's amazing. Big old double top. And it has officially broken below that 200 MA. Many times you've seen it hold it, get below it, come back up. You've got that 50 MA about ready to cross through that 100. That won't be good. Just like when you had that 20 cross through the 50 to the downside. You know, never positive, and you definitely don't want to see that 20 cross through the 200. So one thing that ICPA does got going for it as of now is that RSI is trying to curl up. It looks like you got a little bit of a positive divergence going on here in the RSI, and the PPO, same thing. It's trying to come up a little bit, and that slow stow is on the bottom and is facing north. So we'll see what she can do here. But as for now, ICPA is below the 200 MA. Now, you also got this bottom here where she had her last run, so I'm going to be looking for this to hold right here. If that does not hold on ICPA, that's what we call a trap door. And we all know what happens with trap doors. I'm going to flip over to your screen here, Sumo.
HIMR up at the top of the old scanner list here. 44.6 million in volume, up another 18% on the day. TTDZ, it's a triple O lotto play, screaming up today, up 300% on 25 million shares traded. BBDA is holding tough, 014 by 0141. GYST looks like it's going to pass 025 here in a minute. This thing's really thinning out. The volume is up to 4 million in volume. Big ass slaps just came through. 200,000 share block and a 275,000 share block. The volume just went up to 4.2 million in volume. Okay, this thing's starting to take off now. 027's up on GYST. Damn it, I was trying to get loaded up on this GYST and they weren't filling me. Definitely scarcity of shares out there. This thing looks like it's ready to blow its lid. 0288 was the high of day. BBDA starting to roll again here. 015 is the high a day there. 0145 is going off right now.
Yep. Looking forward to getting Mr. Weber back on our show and talking about what he's got going on overseas. He hinted towards, some big things on the first interview. Contacted him the other day, and he's a busy man, so he will get back to us when he's ready to come on and speak about all the events that he's got happening, and we look forward to that big time. I want to be a bit surprised to see, we did the video chart the other day, and we talked about, the first ascending triangle that we broke out of, and she went into beast mode. And then she set up another one on the 60-minute chart. If you haven't seen that video, it's a few days old, but I pretty much hammed it up pretty good, but it did what we thought she would. She broke out of that ascending triangle and took the next leg up. Well, we'll see what's going to happen with this thing, but we've seen it time and time again. When they get above this penny, they take on a life of their own. This thing's basically got a cult following, and with good reason. I still haven't got my coma unwind. I have to call up Brian and see if he can ship us some of that Sumo, huh?
Yeah.
Man, I should become like a distributor in Hawaii. I mean, that sounds cool. You hear me, Brian? I want to distribute coma to the boys.
GYST hit a high a day of 0288, 5.6 million in volume. Little pullback here, 027 up on the offer, bid of 025. HIMR trading strong at the high a day, 0013 by 0014. Saw a press release out this morning from EGCT, that's Ecologic Transportation Inc. They're going to be featured on the show tonight for an exclusive CEO interview. So those of you paying attention definitely want to tune in tonight to check out that interview. Should be some exciting stuff. It's going to be glad to have Kopp back doing an interview after his recent hiatus. Wow, 20 million share bidder just showed up on HIMR at 0013. They are definitely trying to soak up shares on the bid.
Suck them up. It's breaking out of all those moving averages, and the only thing that's up above it now is that 200 MA. So a lot of bullish things going on with HIMR. Make sure you check out, it's probably still on the home page if I'm correct. Go to the home page of iHub and you can watch that spotlight. Definitely worth watching if you're going to be an investor. Even if you're going to be a trader in HIMR, I highly suggest you listen to Haas's spotlight. It's only about 20 minutes long, so it's not a total killer.
And they're chewing through that ask at 0014. Looks like they're getting ready to fall. You got 2 left on the offer at 0014, and you got 4 market makers on the offer at 0015.
Eat 'em up. Beat it, Van Dam. Night. Oh, looky there. Facebook rallying. Everybody and their brother thought this thing was going down. Well, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Up 4% right now. Biggest piece of crap ever to hit the market. Cop called that. Jeez, what a great short. A shame. Just a shame. But look at the money going through it. It's amazing. Talk about people moving around. You see this a lot, though. Shares are hitting the market tomorrow. Do your due diligence on that. So if this was a penny stock, heavy dilution coming tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. As of now, trading up, I would say that's probably some short coverings and, all the above. I know if I had a short on this thing from way up high and tomorrow big news is coming out and everybody and their brother is saying that it's going lower, I'd be covering my short just in case she doesn't. So I
check
think
out
that's
that.
what you got going on right here. Little short cover. They got some news too. I haven't read it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe something else is pushing it. But anyways, it's up for you all.
TT
Sorry, go ahead, Sumo.
TTDZ up to 0004 by 0005. I caught this one on the scanner this morning. I know we've talked about this one on previous shows. It's one of those 000 lotto plays, and it's moving strong, up 400% this morning. HBRM looks like it got through those resistance points at the 0032 and 0033 mark. Currently bidding 0033, and the
Boom,
offer just
3-7.
upticked. Yep, boom. 4.4 million in volume. We're up 29%. And GYST had a pullback after hitting a high a day of 0288. It's up 38% right now. Last traded at 027. Had that little pullback. Found support off of 0241. So we're seeing higher highs and higher lows on GYST. The Bulls have got this one by the balls.
No, that's a horse. I'm doing horse sounds over here. You're talking about bull balls. I think it's time to wrap it up, Sumo.
Sure, what the hey? We're
What the
talking
hey?
about horses?
Horses, to bulls, to bears. Have a good day.
As long as you're not a pig.
As long as you're not a pig, you'll get paid. Aloha.
As always, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your support. Be sure to check out tonight's interview at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. STT
Thank
Live,
you for
we're out.
listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk, and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.